This is the Brownstone Center News Update for Monday, May 12th, 2025. The U.S. and China said Monday that they would lower many tariffs between the two countries for 90 days, a move that resets the tone between the world's two largest economies, according to the Wall Street Journal. Now, the announcement also includes the reduction of the U.S. tariff on Chinese imports to 30% from its current 145, with China lowering its levy on American goods to 10% from 125%. The news comes after a weekend of negotiation between both nations in Geneva, Switzerland. TV's annual Upfronts Week, where networks promote their lineups to woo top advertisers, has become less lavish and more competitive, according to Variety. The fight for advertising dollars has intensified thanks to ongoing economic uncertainty, year-round ad buying, and increased spending on streaming services. Once an ad buying bonanza, the presentations, which start today in New York City, carry less importance, though their costs remain significant. Live sporting events, however, are expected to be a major revenue generator this year. The numbers to watch this week are going to be important starting tomorrow. The Bureau of Labor Statistics will release the monthly Consumer Price Index for April, which measures inflation through the price of goods and services. Start looking at that tomorrow. Thursday, May 15th, the U.S. Commerce Department will release its retail sales report for April, which tracks demand for finished goods such as food, clothing, and furniture in stores and online. The Bureau of Labor Statistics is also going to be reducing the Producer Price Index for April. The gauge measures the change over time in price changes by domestic producers for their output. And the U.S. Department of Labor will release initial jobless claims for the previous week. The report, a proxy of layoffs, tracks the number of people filing for unemployment benefits. AI is upending higher education with cheating. College students cheating on assignments is actually nothing new, and we all know that, nor is the anxiety about the ways artificial intelligence will make it easier than ever to do so. But according to New York Magazine, it's quickly reaching crisis point, with some professors admitting they'd rather quit teaching than spend hours looking for ChatGPT footprints on their students' essays. Others worry about the long-term impact. Students are going to emerge from universities with degrees and into the workforce with essentially illiterate knowledge of their profession. Stock market futures saw a significant surge this morning after the U.S. and China announced a temporary truce in their ongoing trade war. The agreement involves suspending steep tariffs for a period of 90 days. Now, this development came after a meeting in Switzerland over the weekend that included U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, U.S. Trade Administrator Jamieson Greer, and Chinese negotiators. House Republicans plan to enact work requirements and more frequent eligibility checks for Medicaid. And that's according to a House Energy and Commerce Committee plan released late or early this morning on May 11th. However, the proposal does not pursue some of the deeper cuts that lawmakers had considered, including lowering the federal match rates with states or capping per person federal spending in Medicaid. Now, the highly anticipated plan is expected to be a part of a Republicans' party line bill to implement Donald Trump's agenda. At least 10 people have been hospitalized in California and Nevada following a listeria outbreak under investigation by the Food and Drug Administration for disease control and prevention, the FDA said in a release this weekend. Ready-to-eat foods produced by Fresh and Ready Foods LLC of San Fernando Valley, California, are being voluntarily recalled. According to the company, more than 80 products are included in the recall, ranging from snack boxes and sandwiches and pastas. The recall products have best buy dates between April 22nd and May 19th. And product names are Fresh and Ready Foods, City Point Market, Fresh Food to Go, and Fresh Take Crave Away. The first white South Africans granted refugee status under a program initiated by U.S. President Donald Trump boarded a plane yesterday to leave from the country's main international airport in Johannesburg. A queue of white citizens with airport 2 trolleys full of luggage, much of it wrapped in theft proof cellophane, waited to have their passports stamped and before they entered the departure lounge for their charter flight, private charter flight. One of the conditions of the permit was to ensure that they were vetted in case one of them has a criminal issue pending, according to South African Transport Department spokesperson Colin Msembi told Reuters, adding that 49 passengers had actually been cleared. Now, journalists were not granted access to those headed to the U.S. For more news and information that you can use, go ahead over to brownstoneworldwide.com for daily shows and other information that you can use, including sounds you remember. Head over to Cityscape Radio. Check out the free digital version of Brownstone Living for the month of May. And also, check us out on all things Brownstone Worldwide for social media. And follow me for journalistic content and commentary on Paulette on the Mic on Substack. We'll see you around. Welcome to the neighborhood.